Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a detailed look and review of the LeBron 13. I believe this is the Keeper of the Stars colorway. Really makes no sense to me whatsoever with the colorway. I'll get into that hopefully in a minute. But I wanted to give you guys a review of the shoe. At the end of the video, there'll be an on-foot section. And shout out to Champ Sports for sending me these LeBron 13s. Really appreciate them for doing that. If you guys are interested in the shoe, check the links in the description for this colorway or any future colorways. But it kind of reminds me of the Crown Jewel colorway, definitely more of that colorway. Don't understand the naming convention. Keeper of the Stars. There's nothing about this that says Keeper of the Stars. To me, that's just a kind of a cop-out to name a shoe when you really shouldn't be doing something like that. The other thing that I think that, and this is just me nitpicking, I think that Nike should have done a better job of releasing the flagship model in LeBron's colorway. Like, why wouldn't they do a Cav colorway for LeBron for the first shoe in his new signature lineup? Like, it's just beyond me why they decide to go away from that nostalgic kind of approach of these are LeBron's shoes, this is LeBron's team that he plays for, this is his colorway for his team. Like, Jordan rode that out through the end. Black, red, and white are a staple in Jordan brand. I think that the Cavs should have done a better job of doing that. Or, I mean, not the Cavs, Nike should have done a better job of doing that. That being said, I guess they can't really predict where he goes. He left for Miami all of a sudden, then he came back to Cleveland, so maybe it's a little bit difficult to plan considering it's 18 months out. But that's my only complaint. I'm like, man, it's the first colorway. Give him a memorable one at least. Not Keeper of the Stars, whatever the hell this means. But it's a fresh colorway, I have to say. It bugs me that it's just done the way that it was done. Now for the model. This is definitely a hit or miss for most people. A lot of people, it was a miss just because of the first images. And then the first images are never really very flattering. You don't see any dope, real good shots of the shoe. I saw some potential in some of the on-feet shots after the first like 3 waves of early releases came through. And then after having them in hand and on feet, I have to say that they're definitely not a bad shoe. It's not my favorite LeBron, but at the same time, the comfort is there with the bottom. And also, I mean, it feels like a snug shoe. It's just a little bit too snug probably for my taste to be like a favorite, but I'm definitely anxious to see what other colorways they have. I do have a Nike ID that is in the works, and that will be hopefully heading to me soon. Excited to show you guys that one as well. But overall, they did some of the posit material. This one looks like a boomerang right here, as you can see, kind of the eggplant sort of color. And then they have some across the midsection right here. And I think that, and then there's one on the back right here, a little shield, a little diamond shield. But I think that this is the one that draws the most attention in a negative way to the shoe, but at the same time, maybe it will be turned into a positive after months and a year plus of wear or whatever it might be, or visibility. It's just different. I think that it's hard for us to go, gosh, what the hell are they thinking? This doesn't make any sense here. But maybe, I mean, this is a performance shoe, so maybe this is something to be able to protect your foot or keep your light locked down like extra snug. Maybe it's plays a particular like it has its usage or whatever. I think it's difficult aesthetically to look at, but I think it's one thing that was going to kind of grow on us because different is good. If you think about it in this industry, if you did something like plain and normal, it would be a LeBron Soldier. Like, this is like a flagship model, so they make it a little bit funky. The lacing system is kind of crazy though, because it goes from down here through here and then up through to here. But if you feel down to the bottom underneath it, it's the same material as this. So basically, it just goes straight through and up, and it's covered in this, so it's underneath, built into the shoe. So you have to like weave this all the way through. There's not an easy way to be able to attach that. So definitely don't recommend you changing your laces. You're going to be up a creek if you do. The other thing, I actually like the midsole, how it comes up and it looks like these kind of waves. I really dig the midsole. It actually looks dope to me. And then this little plate thing is dope. I think that they can do some pretty fun things with this. It's a black plate, but it has a bunch of different triangle patterns all over the place. I just think it looks dope. I think this looks dope, and it's cheap plastic. It's not carbon fiber, but at least they made it look dope instead of just a plain, like, regular nothing plastic thing like on the LeBron 11s. I was kind of pissed about that. But you can see it's also segregated from the bottom or the back portion. And this is probably my favorite part of the shoe, which is kind of funny to hear because I trashed the LeBron 11 soles because of this hexagon zoom. I thought it was such a joke, and I'll just leave these right there for you guys to view. I thought it was such a joke because it was such a gimmicky thing, and you couldn't feel the zoom at all when you wore the shoes. But the thing is, it actually is really comfortable in the LeBron 13. They used you could see here like the back zoom stack was longer in this one, but they used the same zoom on the 13 here on the back as they did on the front section here. And I saw Nightwing's review. Shout out to Nightwing. He did a review on these, and he said that he mentioned something about the zoom, just feeling it better in the 13s. And actually, when you put them on and you step, like, you can feel the zoom instantly. So it's definitely an improvement. It's like the zoom is more cushioned than or less cushioned, I guess, or less. I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say, but you could feel it in every step. The zoom is definitely on point in this shoe. And he also mentioned the traction patterns being a change of pace, and I agree. Not only aesthetically does it look good, but I can see when you're breaking and cutting playing basketball, you'll have way better traction points than the previous one. You can also see that on the left one, there's 6 pods on the upper part, and the other one on the right, there's only 5, but this one's not really a zoom pod right here, so it's kind of misleading. Some people said that on the Elites, they changed it, so the Elites had 6, but I'm showing you guys that they didn't change it on the Elites. And I'm speaking from the Elites from this one to this one. Everybody kept correcting me and saying, no, the pods are different, but I'm looking at them right here, and they're exactly the same unless I'm missing something. So I just wanted to clear that up too for anybody that was actually wondering on that as well. But the pods are nice, and they're definitely really comfortable. My biggest complaints about the shoe thus far is that it's just too snug. For me, the fit is true to size, but it's weird because it's a little bit longer than a 9.5, and it's narrower. So it's like an L. Like if you had a long skinny foot, it would work perfectly. But for me, it's too narrow down through the midsection down through here, and then it's a little bit too long at the end. So it's not a perfect fit by any means, and going up a half a size isn't really going to help that because it's too narrow around this area. The only thing I can suggest is probably breaking in the shoe. That might make it so it's like you could deal with it, I guess. I'm not really sure, but I think that's the only thing that's going to really work for me is just wearing them and breaking them in. Even wearing the laces loose like this up top doesn't prevent this from being too snug down here. So hopefully they change up the designs a little bit in the future to make it so it's less like constrictive. And I think I want to say I saw a Fomer Simpson video, or maybe it was Nightwing as well. I watched both of their videos on them, both excellent videos. But one of them said, like, why do they keep making shoes like in a certain way for certain people? I think it was Fomer. They need to be able to have this open for everybody. And I totally agree. Look at the LeBron 11. You can see that this has a regular tongue. And this is my favorite model for those that don't know. The LeBron 11 is my favorite. Just aesthetically to me, I think it's just a sick looking shoe. The 10s are a close second probably. But you can see this area right here. It's a regular tongue. Has regular materials. For the 12s, they changed it up and did the Mega Fuse upper and then this other stuff underneath it. And the upper on this one is basically the underlying part of the Mega Fuse. So they took the Mega Fuse completely out of the equation on this one and replaced it with strategically placed posit material. And then this one had the posit material kind of all through this back sort of area right here and right here. So they kind of took that posit material in the same sense and just minimized it, made it a little bit more sleek looking. Something they also did was cut down the back section. Actually, they didn't cut it down anymore. They raised the section. So you can see it cuts down in the back of the 12. It cuts down in the back of the 13, but it goes way up for the mid-top sort of look on these ones. And you can see the difference in height from these versus the other ones. I mean, these are significantly higher than something like these ones. So if you like kind of more of a mid-top, the LeBron 12 is going to be, or the LeBron 13 is going to be it. But I think it looks okay. Just it is a little bit too high. I'd probably cut it like to right here. I think that would look better. Personally, just the way it goes. And you can see a little emblem right there on the tongue. Actually, I didn't see that underneath there. Kind of minimal branding of LeBron James. And interesting that they didn't go with the logo either. I'll throw that out there. They did that like LeBron James on the back right there. And in this one, they have it on the pull tab, but it's weird that they have this on the back. I never really love it when they change up the branding on a shoe. Signature on the tongue right here on some suede, kind of nubucky sort of material. Kind of a long review, but I wanted to give you guys kind of some details on the shoe, at least some detailed shots. You guys can make your own judgments on it. It does look like there's a crown on the toe box too, as you can see right there. So let's go ahead and get into the on foot. So far, what do you guys think about the LeBron 13? I know the overall thoughts on the 13 are pretty negative. I'm personally waiting on some other colorways to just see what they actually have available. Like, I really think that they can do something to really just change the perspective on a dope colorway. Definitely excited to see like the All-Star version. Definitely excited to see the Dornbecker 13, because there's going to be a DB 13. And also just excited to see what else comes out. I'm excited to show you guys my LeBron 13 ID as well. I think it's one that you guys will think it's kind of funky, but hopefully you guys will like it. And hopefully I'll like it when I get them, because it's definitely a pair I plan on rocking. But that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave some comments. Let me know if you guys have picked up the 13s yet. On court, it's supposed to be an amazing shoe, so if it's on court, it's an amazing shoe. Maybe we'll get some off court love as well. Curious to see if they're going to do the whole diverse like LeBron line that they've been doing, the EXTs every single time. They've been doing the elites every single time. Curious to see what a 13 elite or 13 EXT might look like as well. So lots of things in the works for the 13s. Has some potential. Will it sell out? Will it be a sellout? The first colorway didn't even sell out, so don't think it's going to be a huge sellout. But hopefully we'll see some cool colorways and some different on feet looks of the shoes to basically help us like along with the shoe. And I think the more we see it, the better the shoe ends up being. That's all we have. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.